stop the sun from shining.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Courageous Capricorn February 2022 horoscope. A few things happening this month. Very importantly, Mercury is turning direct. It's been retrograde and it will turn direct on the 3rd of the month. So this does have quite a significant meeting for you because it's in your first house, your sign, Mercury in Capricorn. So you're likely to feel this directness, and you'll find that there's situations where life is going more smoothly. So maybe there's less miscommunications or less problems with delays and hindrances, generally speaking. The other interesting thing that's happening is some signs don't actually get a new moon this month because they actually had it on the 31st. So you always get the new moon, but because of the calendar month, many countries will get it on the 31st, many places, and other places will get it on the 1st of February, such as the eastern side of the US, Canada, Mexico, and South America, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. We all get the full moon on the 1st. Okay, just briefly, I'll just explain. I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your horoscope in depth, and then I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so stick around for that. Okay, and if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Let's go to the board and see what these cards have to say. And you can think of the first card as the first half of the month if you like. And we'll see what comes out. All right, I've already pre-shuffled them. Let's go with that one there. Closing my eyes. Green and yellow are the colours I get. This might be for Australians particularly, but it does mean for everybody growth. And there's something about the solar plexus. So goal-oriented behaviour, being practical and logical and getting stuff done. It's very sort of motivating influence. The card that comes up is the Knight of Cups. This is about exploring your feelings. You know, emotions are actually like fuel, and they get you going on projects so they can fuel you. Normally, in the traditional sorts of interpretations of the Knight of Cups, there's nothing about turtles or going slowly, but excuse me, this turtle is going slowly, as they do. So this young masculine energy, it could be you, or it could be somebody who's close to you, like your son or a young male, maybe in his early 20s perhaps. It's about exploring life, realising there's a lot of growth and potential out there. There's a fair bit of green in this card. I don't know if you can see on your monitor. The lobster's actually got green algae on the shell. So growth and opportunity coming from the subconscious waters, from deep within. Okay, that's the first card. It's a good card for socializing and getting out and about, but there are, there's nothing particular here that I can see that actually indicates socializing apart from you coming out of your shell, so to speak. All right, let's have a look now at the second card, the second half of the month, and let's see what comes out for you. All right, close my eyes. What do I see? Oh, I just saw the glyph for Mars. Okay, so Mars energy, that's here in your sign, and it's all about and it's actually close to the ascendant, so it's actually going to sit on your ascendant this month. And so this is going to give you a lot of independence, a lot of energy, and you will be able to get out and about, but it's also about hard work or whatever you want to put that energy into, initiative, or do watch with anger though with Mars. Okay, so the card that comes up is the Eight of Pentacles. I like this card very much. I haven't seen it for a while. It is about working, and there's a spiritual element to this, because it's like spirit is imbuing you with the motivation to work and being rewarded suitably for the work that you've been putting in. It's about your creativity, it's about taking action. It's also, Pentacles is about money and possessions, and you do have a fair bit going on about your money this month. Okay, so they're the cards, bear them in mind. Now I'm going to make this board a little bit bigger so that you can see it there. Okay, this is because I would call this a privacy chart, because there's so many planets down underneath the horizon here. This is actually the northern hemisphere, and with so many planets there, you will need to have some time out this month, and really solitude and privacy is important to you. So there's a lot going on underneath the surface. And I already mentioned Mercury retrograde here in your sign, but it goes direct on the 3rd, and things will then start to move forward without too many issues after that. And Venus is also in there in your sign as well. So you may be looking at the importance of love, relationships and beauty in your life. Okay, let's have a look at your horoscope in depth now. I might just put that like that and that like that, because we'll probably come back to these cards in the reading. They often do come up. Alright, so 31st of January or the 1st of February, depending on your location, there's a new moon here in your second house, bringing new beginnings to your finances and possessions. So it's time to take care of them and do what you can to secure your valuables and your finances. It's not a good time, however, to spend money on a whim, and you might be really tempted this month to do that, although that's not like you. You know, usually you're a bit more careful. And the trick is, how you'll know is if you're buying it because you feel emotional about it. It's more about, this indicates that you could buy something because of the emotion rather than the practicality. 30th of January to the 8th of February, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Mercury, and especially after the 3rd, and plus a few days, there's a thing called a shadow period, so the energy's still there, but it's getting weaker and weaker all the time as Mercury turns direct on the 3rd. You're likely to be more alert, mentally sharp and clear. You can understand new concepts. Mercury not only looking after travel, but it's a very ideas type of energy, and so new concepts are likely to flash across your mind. You can articulate your ideas very well, and you have a lot of intellectual curiosity. It's a great time to make plans or begin a new course of study. 1st of February to the 4th, Mars sextiles Jupiter. This is fabulous because new doors open and there's opportunities for personal and professional growth. Any initiative or action that you take now is likely to lead to a positive outcome. And with Mars here in your sign, initiative is likely to be there quite forcefully. And partnerships and joining with other people for mutual benefit is also likely to be successful. You're likely to have more energy than usual. It's a great time for athletics, especially team sports. The 4th to the 7th of February, Mars squares Chiron. Now you've got to be a little bit careful with this, with Mars, because all of this forceful energy sometimes can come out as anger, or sometimes it's like some sort of incident, and particularly falls, you know, like an accident. So, and the reason is because Mars is very future oriented, and you might be thinking about stuff you've got to do rather than being physically grounded and thinking about exactly what you're doing at this very present moment. So try to keep your mind on the job and not sort of wandering off into the future. It's very easy to do. There could be some sort of emotional confrontation or an uncomfortable situation with somebody, because with Mars squaring Chiron, the wounded healer, something from the past may be simmering in your subconscious depths, And if that happens, then it's time to look to see where you need to forgive either the other person or yourself for what might have transpired in the past. It's time to make the effort to heal old wounds now. 30th of January to the 8th of February. I talked about that, Mercury conjuncting Mercury. 7th of February to the 10th, Mars conjuncts Venus. This is great, especially in new romantic relationships, or if if you're single and you fancy somebody in particular, you may make the first move. But this brings a lot of romantic passion into your life and strong sexual feelings. And if you're not interested in that, then it's a great time for art and creativity. 9th to the 12th of February, Mercury conjuncts Pluto. And with this, it's like you want to probe really deeply into a situation and find out what makes somebody tick, or what is right at the core of the issue. So mysteries, unsolved riddles and topics that people normally avoid or sweep under the carpet. You might be looking into those. Just watch that you're not overly insistent when you speak to somebody, because that could actually turn people off your idea. 13th of February to the 9th of March, Mercury is then moving into your second house here of values, possessions, finances. And so there could be a lot of thoughts, discussions, commercial transactions about your material security or your assets or money, for example. And it's a great time to consult with a financial planner or an accountant and get your business affairs into order. And then the 12th of February to the 20th of February, Jupiter sextiles Uranus. This is fabulous because you're full of optimism and you feel more encouraged in life during this time. There could be some great parties or get-togethers with other people, associates, co-workers and other businesses that you conduct business with are now ready and willing to talk to you about making progressive changes. The only thing is, if people don't like change, they're not going to like this influence, because it is all about progressive change. The status quo is going to change now. So there could also be some sort of social change going on, that you get involved with a group that's some sort of activism, for example. That's just one example. And it's likely that there'll be considerable interest from the public. 13th of February to the 22nd of February, Jupiter sextiles Venus. This is beautiful for personal relationships and friendships. You can share your feelings and interests openly and honestly with other people. If there is somebody that you've had an issue with or you feel uncomfortable with, there might be a situation come up where you can resolve that. It's an excellent time to break down an icy wall between you. You can gain even greater appreciation, love and respect for the people close to you. And even if you're already in a good relationship, it'll become even better. Business dealings are also benefited, and business meetings are imbued with a positive, harmonious atmosphere. Contracts that you sign now are likely to work out really well for all concerned. 17th of February to the 20th of March, Sun in your third house here of communications and ideas and study. This is likely to be a very busy, active time, a lot of telephone calls, errands, commercial activities, and also activities in your local area. You could be, chit-chatting with your neighbours or going out and meeting people in the area where you live. You could fritter away time on, unimportant activities, especially social activities, but that's a good thing. And you're likely to really see good results in your relationship now. 17th to the 20th of February, Venus squares your MC, gives you a strong desire to socialise, to be friendly, or to love somebody. It's quite important actually. But do watch. MC sometimes is associated with your career, so do watch, if you're thinking about somebody at work. That can always be a bit rocky or not work out sometimes. But it is time to schedule time for recreation and to go out with those people that you care about. 21st to the 24th, Venus sextiles Neptune. You're receptive to beauty. You want to be surrounded by harmony and kindness. You feel gentle and tender towards other people. You're likely to help them out in some way, and that will make you feel good and happy. And at some point, they're likely to reciprocate. 17th to the 6th of March, Saturn trines your MC. This brings slow and steady progress in achieving career goals, or if you're not working, it could be slow and steady progress in achieving a new direction in life. Okay, so if you're not happy with the kind of work you do at the moment, if you are working, then you'll probably look at changing jobs. It's likely you will receive a promotion, or something changes that's very beneficial in your current work, or you could change jobs. Yeah, absolutely. It's important that you're very clear about the type of work that you want to do, and that it is in alignment with your heart. It makes your heart sing. That's the important thing. So if you're just doing a job where you feel a bit jaded and it's boring, then that's probably, not going to work out long term for you. Okay. Alrighty. Also on the 16th of February, you have a full moon in your 9th house up here. This is a little bit turbulent when it's a full moon, but it brings transformation, and this is about growing your life. Seeking broader vistas. So you might have something come up from your subconscious to deal with around your feelings, because they're transforming, and this is going to bring you to sort of a critical point where you've got to make a decision on something, and it's about growing your life, okay, and looking at the bigger picture now. And to help you with that, sometimes it's good to, go off and have a break away so that you can think more clearly, and you're not really sort of, you get out of your own life, and you can look back and be more objective, basically. Foreign cultures or study might also be on your agenda. From the 25th to the 28th, Mars conjuncts Mercury. So watch this, because you may not be the most tactful. You're more likely to be very straightforward and direct, and you say what you think. So people might not necessarily like that. So yeah, and the other thing with that too is you thinking might be very sharp and clear, and it's a great time to attack mental work. But yeah, be careful what you say. 28th to the 3rd of March, Mars conjuncts Pluto. You could become obsessed about getting rid of something. You want to undertake major revisions and changes, a complete overhaul in some area of your life. Watch that you're not overly forceful, especially with yourself, because you could overtax your physical body or perhaps your emotional reserves. You may have the best of intentions, but you could be a bit compulsive, especially if you're working on something, working towards some sort of goal, and you may not even be aware that you're doing it. You're just working hard as far as you're concerned. Watch for power struggles with other people there as well. The 23rd of February to the 31st of March, Chiron squares Venus. You may feel that you're at some sort of turning point in a relationship. It's probably a romantic relationship, but it could also be your work. It's like you're not on the same page with this other person that like you used to be, and your personal tastes and preferences are different to how they used to be with this person in the past. So you're not in sync. So it's like you're coming to a T-junction, and you've got to make a decision. Will I go left or will I go right? Are we going to fix this, or am I going to walk away, or something like that? So it's an important month this month, Capricorn, because some decisions to make, and only you can make them. The other thing about this Chiron squaring Venus if you have been a bit social, this is a time when you're going to not be social. So that's what I was saying at the start. There's a lot going on underneath here and in the bottom of the chart, and so some of this is going to come up, and you need solitude and privacy to be able to deal with it. Alrighty, so that's your horoscope. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and see what I can see for you for February 2022 for Capricorn. Yeah, so I've got a ballpoint pen right in front of me, and it's like facing me like this with the ballpoint at this end. And it's like to put a finer point on it. It's about communications, but you need time out. So this pen is now furiously writing in front of me on white paper. It's the handwriting's so bad I don't think I can read it. But it's about you expressing yourself, having time out. Time alone would be good, without distractions, without your devices, okay? Now, I'm looking at a box, a cardboard box. First I thought it was a tunnel, and I guess it depends on your point of view. It could be a tunnel or it could just be a cardboard box. So there's a surprise coming. And after you make these decisions, you might be surprised. It might be like a gift for you, or like you've just ordered something from Amazon or something. It's quite a big box, so I feel like it's quite a big gift. And now I'm going down into the cardboard box, which is turning into a tunnel. And there's like flashing lights. The lights are green, by the way, and so that does mean growth, opportunity. And if you have the opportunity to grow some plants, I would be doing that at the moment, because that would be very symbolic about what's happening with you, okay? The plants sort of representing your life, and as you watch them grow, you'll start to get a sense of how you're growing as well. They're growing very quickly. I can see them going like this, growing very quick. Okay, Capricorn, February. Anything else I have to say? There's the pen. It's all about communications this month for you. Okay, so that's it. I hope this is useful for you, and I wish you many blessings for February in making all these decisions, and you will make them. And if you're new, please consider joining the channel and subscribing right now. Hit that notification bell. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.